Hey, it's me, GV, and fortunately, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee is an absolute nostalgic delight. Now, before we even get into this, I need to use my platform and this video to let anybody know that if you have an Omanite or an Omastar in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, please, for the love of God, leave a comment below with your friend code, or we can get in touch privately if you don't want your friend code to be out there. I'm close to getting every single Pokemon in the Pokedex, and the hardest one for me is going to be Omanite and Omastar because I evolved Kabuto. I should have held on to it so I could trade it for an Omanite, but no, I evolved it. I am totally willing to just have it and then trade it back immediately, and I can get you anything you need from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Edition. But please, if you want to help me out and trade me an Omanite or an Omastar, please leave a comment below. So, anyways, as I was saying, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is an absolutely nostalgic delight. I didn't really have too many high hopes going into this game. I saw some Nintendo official gameplay for it, and I just thought that, man, this looks bland. This looks really, really bland. It looks like they're going to take parts of the original Kanto adventure and adhere it to a, 3D game for the Nintendo Switch just for the sake of it, because they know that they know that it will sell. And boy, was I wrong. This turned out to be such a beautiful recreation of the original Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow games. Yes, I know green was a thing in Japan. And I am just so happy to have played it. Pokemon was absolutely instrumental to nurture my love for video games. I remember super early on in my life going on a camping trip with my family and some other families, and some kid was playing Pokemon Blue. I had never known what it was, and I asked if I could play it, and I played it for a little bit, and I just got enraptured. And ever since then, in the 90s, I was just so involved with Pokemon. I mean, on every single level. I was, collecting the cards, I was collecting the games, I was playing the games nonstop, I was watching the anime, I was getting all the plushies and other merchandise. I mean, I was a Pokemon fiend, just like pretty much all other kids in the 90s that I guess were inclined to like that sort of thing. And seriously, just hats off to Game Freak and Nintendo for making such a faithful recreation. I mean, everything is here, from Pallet Town to the Indigo Plateau to Cinnabar Island to Vermilion City. All of those things that you really enjoyed playing through as a child is in this game, and I really didn't expect that going into it. These days I try to play new games blind to get the, the blind experience. So I really did not expect it. I really didn't expect such a faithful recreation, and just, man, they have really, really, really top themselves with this one. But that's for the Pokemon fan. For somebody jumping into this for the first time, I don't think you'll really like it. Pokemon, of course, is a bit dated, given that it's a turn-based sort of weird RPG, and that's not really changing here too much. They have changed a lot of things, but overall it's the same core experience. So if you've never liked Pokemon in the past, you're not going to like this one. Although, yeah, if you're a fan of the Pokemon series on any level, you will love it. There are some changes, as I've mentioned, and I should say right now that there are going to be some endgame spoilers in the video footage in the background. If you want to avoid that footage, then please stop watching now, because there's going to be, just a lot of stuff that you can do at the endgame. But there are a lot of changes in this game. For instance, the biggest one is that they've made it so that you no longer fight wild Pokemon, you just catch them. The game borrows a lot from Pokemon Go, which I actually don't like. I feel like the game would have even been a greater experience had it just not had any ties to Pokemon Go. But CP makes an appearance here, and the catching system is the same, where you have to throw the balls at the decreasing rings, and the smaller the ring, if you get the ball inside, it's a higher chance that you'll catch the Pokemon. You can also bring in a lot of the Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Let's Go through Fuchsia City. The Safari Zone is no longer here, which a lot of people are going to be disappointed about, I'm sure. I honestly wish that they just didn't involve Pokemon Go at all with this. In fact, again, that was another part of the trailers and stuff that I just really thought this was going to be a Pokemon Go game, which is why I didn't have too many high expectations for it. I wish that they had just shown off a lot of what the game actually is, which again is just a faithful recreation of, you know, Pokemon Yellow version for the most part, and take a shot every time that I say faithful recreation. There are new characters and new tweaks, such as the creepy old man staring into the Celadon City Pokemon Gym. Instead of saying in the past, this gym's awesome, there's so many cute girls inside, he now says, this gym's awesome, there's so many powerful trainers inside. So there's little tweaks to the dialogue and things like that, and little things here and there. But overall, they've actually kept most of the experience, I mean the exact same, translated to a 3D environment. I'm of the opinion that going back to the original games and adding a few things here and there and making it 3D and prettying it up makes the game so enjoyable, because as a Pokemon fan, I haven't really been able to get into Pokemon for the past, I don't know, since Gen 4 really, there's been like a decline in my interest in Pokemon, because they keep adding more and more and more, they keep adding crazy new features, they keep adding like customization options, and I'm sure people love that. I, however, just enjoyed the core experience of going for the gyms, catching 151, which is still quite a task, but now it's just impossible trying to get all the Pokemon that are out there. I don't know how many there are, but they've got to be nearing 1,000. It was just so refreshing to go back and to play a game where you know that you can actually catch all the Pokemon, where you know you can get all the gyms, where you know that you sort of have control over every aspect of the game, and it's not something like Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon where there's just a million things they've added to it. And again, I know I sound like an old fart now, but I was a fan of the original game, so I would think there's a large amount of fans that were really enjoying the original games that now find it hard to break into Pokemon culture. Moving forward, I think this is the way to go if they're going to continue to make games for the Nintendo Switch. I honestly would prefer if they kept sort of remastering the games. I know I'm probably not in the majority here. The majority would probably want Pokemon to continue to make new generations and new Pokemon and everything like that. Again, you know my opinions on that. It feels like to me everything just went crazy, out of control, which again, you know, people are going to like. But to me, I would absolutely love so much if this experience was released on the Switch for Pokemon Silver and Gold, the next generation, the second generation. If they do that, and mark my words, if you're watching this video right now and in the future they actually release Pokemon Let's Go, I don't know what they would do though, because I don't know who the mascots would be. Let's Go Cyndaquil and Let's Go Totodile. Poor little Chikorita. I'm not sure what they would do, but if they released the second gen version for this sort of format, I would just, I mean, I would be so ecstatic. So I would love if that was the Nintendo Switch line of games. I know that they'll probably just end up doing, you know, Pokemon the, what, 8th generation? Which I'll play too. You know, I'll play that too, and I'm sure I'll like it. It feels better being on the console. You know, I don't, for some reason, I just like this format a lot better than the handheld format, and so I'm really looking for it. I mean, this has really reinvigorated my passion for Pokemon, and which again was instrumental in my early days of me really getting involved with video games. So I'm very happy with this. I think if you're a Pokemon fan on any level, you should play it if you haven't already. It's just an immense amount of fun, and the nostalgia is so present, and it is unwavering, and I love this. So thanks again, Nintendo and Game Freak, for making this, and thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Actually, no, because there's not going to be any Oblivion tomorrow, but I will see you guys on Saturday for what will most likely be a Sub Saturdays. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.